Welcome viewers, here we are for the last time for the junior competition, under 15 awards. Greenie and I are sitting up here in Awards Central at CEX Coffs International Stadium. Really great to have gone through four sets of age groups already, Greenie, and really exciting to be able to bring the under 15 awards ceremony here tonight.
It's been a big season, so getting through four well-deserved winners. We're about to shortly announce some more well-deserved winners after this one.
Absolutely. Before we do that though, I would just like to acknowledge country. Greenie and I are sitting here on the traditional lands of the Gumbaynggirr people. We acknowledge that people are watching this across all sorts of various different nations right across not only our region, but probably more broadly than that as well. We pay our respects to Indigenous people far and wide, to current leaders, emerging leaders, traditional owners of the lands. We thank them for their contribution to our game, both in terms of the origins of it in Marngrook, but also the contribution they make on a daily and weekly basis through their involvement in footy today.
Thanks, mate. That was great. For the under 15, it's just a tremendous season. The way the boys played, the improvement they showed from the start of the year when they probably weren't getting as much football in as they wanted to, towards the end when they were getting some regular football, the way they were playing towards the end of the season, it's just absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see the grand final.
Yeah, look, and although it's only sort of a microcosm of our overall competition, I mean, certainly the way that our under 15 rep team performed in comparison to under 15 rep teams that had preceded it, was really outstanding, and it was probably the strongest under 15 rep team we've had, and I think that just really highlights how much our standard is growing year on year on year, and that's also reflected in our club footy.
Certainly is. So the junior awards that we've been doing it throughout the last couple of nights, the way the votes work, how does that happen?
Yeah, so first of all, what we should really say is that our votes come from the umpires who control the matches. They do that on a weekly basis, and that's one small part of their job. We thank them for that small part, but we also thank them for the fantastic job they do week in, week out, right throughout the season. We would be lost without them, and we really value and appreciate the job the umpires do. As we do this presentation, what people will see will be raw data. So it will be, when we do leaderboards, it will be a tally of each individual's votes that they've collected to that point in the season. When we read out the final few rounds, that will be the 3-2-1 as awarded by the umpires on the day. Once we get to determining the awards though, we acknowledge the fact that different teams have played different numbers of matches, and the way that we provide the fairness and the equity around that is we take those tallies, we divide them by the number of games played by the team that the player belongs to, and we come up with an average votes per match, and it's the highest average votes per match that determines all our award winners.
Oh, well, we may as well start getting into those leaderboards. And just before we do, though, on the umpires, we can always do with more umpires. So if anyone's interested in umpiring in 2023, don't be afraid to get in touch with us. We're always on the lookout, and we'd love more umpires to join the great panel that we have. And as they say, it's the best seat in the house.
Absolutely.
So to the round 6 leaderboard, first position, Wilson Barty from Nambucca Valley on 9 votes. Second position, John Hoppy, Northern Beaches, 7 votes. 1 vote behind him in third is John's teammate Ray Christie. Fourth position is Lincoln Chambers from Coffs Breakers. He's on 5 votes. 4 votes, Riley Laverty from Nambucca Valley. And in equal 6th position on 3 votes, Duke Orr from the Coffs Breakers and Mitch White from the Port Swoopers.
Well, some good players in amongst that lot, unsurprisingly. As we move forward to round 11 and look at the leaderboard at that point in the season, not that it was really spread out before, but it's even closer now. So really excitingly, in first place as at round 11, we've got 15 votes with Wilson Barty from Nambucca Valley Lions. Just 1 point behind, we've got 2 guys absolutely breathing down his neck, and it's the Northern Beaches duo of John Hoppy and Ray Christie. In 4th place, Mitch White from the Port Macquarie Swoopers has got an absolute wriggle on, and he's up to 6 votes. And then we've got 3 people all tied for equal 5th, being Tane Skinner, appearing on the leaderboard for the first time, Tane from Sawtell Tamina, Riley Morrissey from Coffs Breakers, and Lincoln Chambers from Coffs Breakers.
All right, an exciting count, especially right at the top there with those first few names you mentioned. We may as well jump into the votes then. Round 12, July 31, Port Flyers versus Northern Beaches. 1 vote, Luke Stubbs from the Flyers. 2 votes, Ray Christie, Northern Beaches. 3 votes, John Hoppy, Northern Beaches.
Interesting, considering our previous
That's
leaderboard.
it.
Coffs Breakers against Port Swoopers. With 1 vote, we have Braden Fuller from the Swoopers. 2 votes go to Reeve Simmons from the Swoopers. And 3 votes and a clean sweep for the Swoopers with Cooper Sheldon.
And the final match of the round, Nambucca Valley at home against Sawtell Tormina. 1 vote, Ned Lucas, Nambucca Valley. 2 votes, Caelan McGrath, Nambucca Valley. And 3 votes, and making sure he stays with the leaders on the leaderboard, Wilson Barty from the Lions.
Round 13, and the first game there was the Breakers versus Port Flyers. And with 1 vote, we've got Lachlan Brown from the Flyers. 2 votes go to Riley Morrissey from the Breakers. And 3 votes to James Watson from the Breakers.
And another match played that day, Sawtell Tormina at Richardson Park against Northern Beaches. 1 vote, Tristan Staines, Sawtell Tormina. 2 votes, Marlon Ryan Frost from Northern Beaches. And 3 votes to Tane Skinner from Sawtell Tormina.
And the last match of the round, Port Macquarie Swoopers against Nambucca Valley Lions. We have 1 vote to Will Devereaux from Nambucca Valley. 2 votes to Mitch White from the Swoopers, and 3 votes to Wilson Barty from Nambucca Valley.
Okay, there we go. The final round then, all important. Round 14, it started a bit early because the Port Flyers and Port Swoopers, they played a catch-up game, a derby under lights at Wayne Richards Park. In that match, we had 1 vote to Tyler Jess from the Swoopers, 2 votes. Braden Fuller from the Swoopers are making a clean sweep for that team, 3 votes. Mitch White.
Moving forward to the Sunday and the normal round of footy, we had the Port Flyers up against Sawtell Tormina. With 1 vote, Jake Cranorn from Sawtell Tormina, one of our umpires. Well done, Jake. 2 votes, Tom Gallagher from the Flyers, and 3 votes, Tristan Staines from Sawtell Tormina.
Had a few of our umpires get votes, maybe that's the key. Learn more about the game. 2 games to go for the round. The second last game, Northern Beaches against the Port Swoopers. 1 vote, Mitch White from the Swoopers. 2 votes, Finn Brugard from the Swoopers, and 3 votes to Reeve Simmons from the Swoopers.
And bring it all home, the last match of the season for the under-15s was Nambucca Valley versus Coffs Harbour Breakers. With 1 vote, Duke Orr, playing up from the 13s for the Coffs Breakers. 2 votes, Riley Laverty from Nambucca Valley, and 3 votes, Wilson Barty from Nambucca Valley.
Oh, that's very interesting, that one there. Well, then we may as well go to the awards and announce those. The first award that we announce is the Rising Star winner. The Rising Star award goes to the player who is the bottom age level for the under-15, so someone in their first year, an under-14s player or turning 14 this year. And of all the players in that age level, the one that got the most votes and earned the Rising Star award for 2022 in the under-15s was Mitch White from the Port Swoopers. Great work, Mitch.
Yeah, well done, Mitch. Very talented football player and had a great season. And another one who's got into umpiring this year, so great to see Mitch out there blowing the whistle. The runner-up in the best and fairest, and so this is obviously the person who's polled the second highest average votes per game across the entire season, was John Hoppy from Northern Beaches Blues. Congratulations, John. He and the family moved back from out west late last year, got a few games in last year, but obviously first full season back on the North Coast and started to make his mark, obviously, with a runner-up in the middle.
And a guy who polled plenty of votes in the ones that we just read out ended up winning the Best and Fairest award for the under-15s for 2022, and congratulations must go to Wilson Barty from Nambucca Valley. A fantastic season and a well-deserved reward.
Yeah, played some really great footy this year, Wilson. Particularly, I know had a great carnival here in the rep team and got called out by a lot of people who liked the way he went about his footy there. Big night too in the Barty household after young Miller picked up an award earlier. So well done to both the Bartys there and to Trent and Nikki as the genetic providers in that particular situation. So well done to all of our award winners. Just to recap our final leaderboard as at the end of round 14. And as we've already said, our winner with 2.4 votes per game on average was Wilson Barty from the Nambucca Valley Lions. Second place went to John Hoppy from the Northern Beaches Blues. Third place to Ray Christie, his teammate from the Blues. Fourth place to Mitch White, our Rising Star winner from Port Macquarie Swoopers. Fifth to Tane Skinner from Sawtell Turmina. Sixth was Tristan Staines from Sawtell. Seventh, Reeve Simmons from Port Swoopers. Eighth was Riley Morrissey from the Breakers. Ninth was Riley Laverty from Nambucca Valley. And 10th was Jackson White from Nambucca Valley as well. So well done to all of those guys and to everybody who played across the season in the under-15s competition.
Now those awards, they're going to be presented after the grand final, which will be at the under-15s, the last game of the day. So if you can stick around to the end, those award winners, we'll present those to you and the crowd can give you the accolades that you deserve after a fantastic season.
Yeah, so that really wraps it up for us. Five age groups, bunch of really talented kids there, not only who've won the awards but who've featured on leaderboards. Really well done to everybody, and not just to everybody who's won awards, but as we've said a number of times, really challenging season with the wet weather and all the changes. Thank you to everybody for hanging in there with us. Thanks to our umpires, thanks to our club administrators who've done an outstanding job. Bring on the grand finals. Let's crown some premiers.
Indeed, can't wait for it.